Guys, welcome back from the far, far central northern region of Illinois. Today we're going to be looking at my cold weather every camp out carry. What in the world am I doing? It's still summertime. Oh, gotta get this off. It's too hot. Whoa, I must have been dreaming or something. Jeez. Whoa. Ah, that's a lot better. Oh, guys, I am glad to have you back. And yeah, like I said, in this video, we're getting a little jump start. And oh wait, I gotta take my gloves off too. We're getting a jump start, guys. And I figured, well, my last video I did a hot weather every camp out carry pouch. Why not get a jump start and do a cold weather every camp out carry pouch? And so yeah, that's what we're doing today. And remember, my last video, if you haven't watched it, go check that out. But this is not a survival kit. This is not a first aid kit. This is an every camp out carry kit when I do overnights. This is what I'd be carrying with other items that I have with me. So I mentioned that in the other video, but let's go check it out now. This is another Maxpedition, and this one's a little larger. It's a little larger than the mini Maxpedition, which this is my hot weather one. And the reason why I picked a larger one is because it's wintertime. And wintertime, you're always going to need to probably carry extra gear. Not maybe, but you are. You're going to need extra gear in the wintertime. I believe this is called the Maxpedition Beefy, I want to say. I could be completely wrong on that. But you got your little pocket here on the outside. Nothing in it right now at the moment, but maybe eventually as we critique this thing. First item I grabbed were my fingerless USGI wool gloves. And again, not a survival kit, but this is something I use a lot in my cold weather campouts. And it's not my primary gloves that I'd wear. It's my gloves that I wear when I'm doing work around camp. Like if I'm needing to mess with my stove, if I'm needing to like carve up stuff or open up packages, a lot of different things. Because if you can imagine using regular gloves, trying to pull on a zipper or try to get something open, a button, it's a lot harder. But with these, I can keep my hands and my palms and my wrist pretty warm. My fingertips are going to get cold, but for the purpose intended for these, I can use these for that purpose, because it's not going to be an hour I'll be wearing these without any kind of protection. It's just for the purpose that I need to use them for, which would be zippers, buttons, maybe eating my food, my dinner, and so forth. So USGI wool fingerless gloves, a must for me. So we have a balaclava, and this is a very, very thin, stretchy balaclava. I've used it quite a bit in my cold weather camping, and this thing is great. I like it because it just feels very comfortable. It's stretchy on the face. Now I use this one a lot, and it's very thin, so you wouldn't think it'd keep you that warm, but I will tell you what, this actually does really well at keeping your face warm. I had issues sleeping in a sleep bag with it on because it was hard for me to feel comfortable with breathing inside the mask, and my nose kept getting cold if I kept it down. If I kept it like that, my nose was getting cold. And a camp out that I did last year, and it was really cold, it's below zero. But I still like to have it because I like to wear it around camp and everything. And yeah, like I said, it's not a survival kit. It's not my main purpose, or it's not my main balaclava that I necessarily have when I'm hiking into camp or something, but it's something I probably sleep with, something I wear around camp, and it's just good to have because it protects my whole face. And it's not real thick and bulky, so it's very comfortable on you, and it folds up to like that. So for me, that is a must. Chapstick. And this is just some moisture lip care. It's just a kind of a thicker tube. But for me, In cold weather, my lips usually seem to always get chapped, and that just really bugs me a lot, having chapped lips. You know, not everyone's like that, but for me, I get chapped lips. And so I love to have this with me when I'm doing cold weather campouts. And but it's got a lot of many uses because it's got Vaseline in it, so it can be used for making fire starter too. But the main purpose is for my lips, to keep them from getting chapped, or if they're already chapped, it will help heal them, because nothing's worse than having lips that itch. So for me, I got it right there, chapstick. Sure about you guys, but for me, having hot hands, hand warmers, don't necessarily use them for warming my hands. However, I use them in the ends or the bottoms of my sleeping bags. And for me, I gotta have these. And the reason why is because everyone's body is built different, obviously. And when it comes to cold weather, the first things that get cold on me are my feet and my nose. I have a big nose. So those are like the first things to get cold. But when I'm sleeping at night, my feet always seem to get really cold. And so having these at the end of my sleeping bag or in the bottoms really helps keep them warm. And plus, I usually like to take my socks off and let them dry out in the bag. And so, you know, my feet are kind of open and exposed. But when you put these in there, and sometimes it does take a while for them to actually get my feet warm, but they seem to work 9 out of 10 times. And but these for me are a must for cold weather camping. And I don't see anything wrong with carrying these. I think these are great to have in your kit. So there you go, hot hands. And that's the reason why I carry them. Okay, a pair of sunglasses. These are Jolbo brand. And I've had these since I was like 14 years old. And I've had them a long time. But this was debatable because more than likely I'm going to have a pair of sunglasses already on me when I'm hiking into camp. And to me, my eyes are very important to protect. And especially in cold weather, because when there's snow on the ground and it's sunny out, that snow is super bright and can cause a lot of blinding issues with your eye. I thought about this. Do I really need these in my kit? Because I'm probably already going to have a pair on me. But the reasoning behind this is because I forget things. And I think it's good to have a backup for me, especially when it comes to my eyes. Now, yeah, I can make my own kit with some tape and all that, but why not? Why not just already have a pair of really good sunglasses in your kit already, just in case you forget yours? So for me, that's why I have these in my every camp out carry cold weather edition. Sunglasses. Headlamp. And this specifically is a Petzl. I think that's how you pronounce it. But Petzl's kind of expensive. They got some budget-friendly ones, but I don't even think they even make this one anymore. This is the Petzl Tactica. There we go. And it's 450 lumens. But I've used this thing quite a bit, and I really like this flashlight. I really like this headlamp. It's really nice, and it's got the red, as you saw, the night vision setting, because red doesn't mess your eyes up so much. I don't really use that a whole lot. I use the regular one. But you know, if I had Stasi chasing me or something, you know, I probably wear the red more often, or use the red more often, because that's one less way they can find me, you know. So like, I know they have like a triangular system set up. They can find me through like telecommunications, through the radio waves in the air and the solar fields you see. But you know, if they can't get me that way, I'm not going to give them a chance to find me any other way. So I'd use the red setting on this. All right, I actually got me some different chemical light sticks. As you saw in my hot weather edition, I had just the cheapies in there, but I actually ended up buying these snap lights, which are made by the Cyalume. Kyalum. I don't know how you pronounce that, but so every Campout carry, these are nice to have in your tent, and I'm actually kind of excited to try these out because if you saw my last overnighter I did, it's my last one? Yes, it was my last overnighter. In the Light Fighter 1 video overnight that I did, I used some actual military grade ones, but they're only 4-inch. These are 6-inch, and those lit my tent up pretty good. So again, I like to have light at night, so I've got 3 of these in my kit. They're just 6-inch. Okay, right here is a P51 can opener. And these are just great to have just in general. It's a can opener. You never know when you're going to find a can in the woods. You need to eat something. Yeah, I had someone comment one time in my videos about that. Like, what do you need a can opener for? There might be a can in the woods. You just never know. So, but yeah, this is a P51 can opener. And you know, when I'm usually doing cold weather campouts, I bring a little more food than I normally would, and I use a lot of canned goods just because I can afford them. They're cheap, and just MREs are absolutely insane on prices. Except the good deals I just got recently, so probably won't be using this much this winter. You never know, but regardless, it's good to have in there. And this one is different than the hot weather can opener that I have. My hot weather every Campout carry bag or pouch, because it doesn't have a spoon on it, but I'll tell you why here in a minute. So P51 can opener right there. Spoon. This is a MRE spoon, and these things are tough. I mean, you can reuse these quite a bit. And reason why, when I was telling you about the can opener, then one on my hot weather edition, every Campout carry, I had a British military can opener spoon. It has a spoon combo, but it's really small. But in the wintertime, more likely I'm going to have gloves on, maybe my big gloves if it's really cold. And I want to be able to eat my food without, you know, eating it like that. So wintertime, it's good to have something big like this. And so that is why I have a large size spoon. So there you go. Swiss Miss hot chocolate. Nothing's better than hot chocolate in the wintertime for me. So more than likely I already have some of these in my cook kit that goes along with this whole system that I'm using in the winter. But you never know. So it'd be nice just to always have backup. Why? Because in case I forget my hot chocolate. And you gotta start knowing who you are. And I'm catching on that I forget things quite a bit. And it's just a little thing. So that's why I thought ahead of time, and I like to have backups. So hot chocolate, that's for me. Maybe not for you, but whatever. And the same goes for coffee backup. More than likely, I already have coffee in my cook kit. So put coffee and hot chocolate together, not mixed together, but coffee in the morning, hot chocolate at night. That's the way to do it for me. So 2 of those. Okay, large size ferro rod with T-Rex duct tape wrapped around it and a Band-Aid. And I have a large size ferro rod because it's wintertime and fire is one of your main priorities to stay warm. And it's just, I mean, I guess I definitely didn't have to have this in my kit because like I said, I keep repeating myself, but this isn't just the only kit that I carry. I have to keep reminding myself it's not a survival kit. But I think this is good to have, and also just in case you might forget something. And it has tape wrapped around it. And so I have another large size Band-Aid, which you saw in my hot weather edition, every Campout carry kit. I had a large Band-Aid. Well, I also have tape, so if I want to cut the Band-Aid to size that I need it, well, you're not going to have adhesive on one side because I'm cutting it. So I had the tape to alleviate that problem. So these can kind of work together, Band-Aid and a ferro rod, in that sense because I have tape on it. Not necessarily the ferro rod, but the tape on it. So another large Band-Aid for first aid, and a large size ferro rod. Benadryl. This this is good for a lot of things, but again, I'm not a doctor, but this for me works really well, and I use this specifically for sleeping. I have found this to be an excellent sleep aid to help me sleep at night. And I usually only take one pill, but you can take up to 2, I believe. Again, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my advice. But for me, this is what I use from every Campout carry, and it helps me sleep really well. But it can also be used for allergies too. I mean, that's its main purpose. But there you go. There's Benadryl. A bag of Tums, and these are calcium Tums. They're for heartburn, and I mentioned it already in my hot weather edition of every Campout carry video that I had these for a reason, because most of the time I'm laying very flat when I'm camping, and that causes me to have heartburn and indigestion more. Whereas at home, I'm on an incline where I have big, thick pillows. Like I said in my last video, I changed my diet quite a bit, so I don't have heartburn as much, but I still seem to get it once in a while, and it seems like I get it more often when I go camping because I'm laying flat. So Tums is a must for me. Okay, last but not least, I have a rubber band full of inner tube tire, and that is specifically for fire starter. But I mean, you could also use the inner tube to hold things together, band things together, whatnot. But I mainly use it just for fire starter. And I've got some of Ray's raviolis. I'll have to put a link to a video I made on these, on how to make these. But yeah, these are great. I love these things. And I got some older video on how to make these. But these are called Ray's raviolis, and it's a fire starter. And of course, an extra box of matches. Being wintertime, I always want to have a couple ways to make fire at least. So box of matches. And the best fire starter out there, other than Ray's raviolis, is trioxane fuel. Military trioxane fuel. This stuff is very toxic. But my gosh, it takes a spark with no problem from a ferro rod. And so I really like using this for fire starter or cooking with or whatever. So I've got multiple ways to get a fire going if I need be. But did I have to put these in there? Not really, because more than likely I have my own fire kit with me when I go camping. But if I'm just doing like a one day or just an overnight, which is more or less what I do, this is all I need. I probably end up won't even using these. So that's the whole fire kit. Okay, so there you have it. My every Campout carry kit. Yeah, there we go. Cold weather edition. Now I had somebody mention in my hot weather edition every Campout carry kit video, earplugs. The reason why I don't carry earplugs with me is because I want to be able to wake up the sounds that I hear when I'm camping. Now that's only for this type of camping. Now if I were like camping out vacation style, staying at a Ritz-Carlton or a Holiday Inn, I do carry earplugs. This is my every vacation carry bag that goes with me. And maybe we'll have to do a video on this one too. What do you guys think? You let me know in the comments. So yeah, no earplugs for camping, because I need to be able to hear what's around me. I need to be able to wake up the sounds and everything. So you never know when the Stasi are coming around the corner. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm kind of enjoying doing these videos. I'm glad you guys gave me a lot of feedback in my last video. And so that's kind of why I'm doing another one. And I know it's a little early, but winter's calling me. Guys, we'll see you in the next video. I'm glad to have you guys with me. So God bless you. See you next time. Bye.